evening, and I got a roast out of the uh, freezer. I've got it in my slow cooker here, and I'm gonna cook this for several hours, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have mashed potatoes with it too. So I'm gonna get my mashed potatoes peeled here. I mean, potatoes peeled here. Alrighty. But I hope everybody's doing okay. I've got me a permanent Wednesday, so I look a little bit better. Oh, I'm going to put this on high so I can go ahead and get it done. Maybe I have it done by supper. I think I'll make my potato salad out of this. This will be for several days. I've got little containers to put it in. About 4 or 5 days worth of meals. I hope everybody had a happy new year. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm just now getting rested up from Christmas. I cooked me a small hamburger and just a home it several hours ago. So I didn't have much for dinner. I've got one in here, so thank you for joining my live stream. I've got a roast in a crock pot here, and I've got it on high. I'm going to make some potato salad. Oh, I got two in here now. Thank you so much for watching my live stream. Okay, let me get these washed off. Cut these out. Let me get this put in the garbage. Don't need to see my potatoes. I've got one in here. Let me get. But I'm just now getting over Christmas, and I didn't do nothing New Year's. I wanted to stay up and watch the New Year go in, and the New Year come in, and one went out. thank you. Welcome back, whoever went out and come back in. I've got one in here. I still got one in here. Okay, let me get some water on this. Get the lid on that. All right, I'm going to put some salt on my roast here. I'm going to put it in a slow cooker. So, I hadn't used my slow cooker in a while. Now y'all can see me. Now then, I look a little bit better than I did the other day. But in 2 months, I'll be 85 years old. So, I'm doing good for my age. My feet and legs didn't bother me. I can walk sometimes and sometimes I can't. This is one time I can walk. All right. But I had my son and his family for Christmas. And then the Saturday before Christmas, I went to my grandson's house. My youngest daughter had their Christmas at his house. So I went over there. So I had 2 Christmases this year. I have been blessed. Then my oldest daughter and her boys live up north. So I'm going to cook some green beans, but it won't take me long to cook them. But I hope you're doing all right, whoever you are in here. Just welcome to my channel. I've got the cooking roast in slow cooker, but I'm going to make a potato salad. And, I'm going to cut up my onion. Cut up my onion. And get that outside of it out. Okay. And get this in the garbage. Alrighty. get my onion chopped up. I've had that roast in the top of the refrigerator freezer for a little while. I thought I'd better go ahead and use it. I've got a roast in my slow cooker, so it's a two little roaster, but it's just two little ones. I thawed them out and got them out of the freezer before they got completely defrosted. I put them in the slow cooker and put it on low. Now I've got it on high. Now I've got my onions cut up. I've got one more slice to cut up. Get this cleaned off. That goes in the garbage. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get the mayonnaise out of the refrigerator. And I got my mayonnaise and pickle relish out of the refrigerator. When my potatoes get done, I can get them made. But it'll take a little bit longer to make for my roasted cook. But I hope everybody's had a Merry Thanksgiving, New Year's, and had a blessed Christmas. I just hope you did, whoever's in here. I've got two in here now. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank y'all so much in my live stream. I appreciate it. I love every one of y'all that's on my YouTube channel. Oh, me. But I've got three children, 7 grandchildren, and I've got 14 great-grandchildren. And I just gave the great-grandchildren some money each, and I baked goods and candy and everything for each family, and gave that to them for Christmas, and they was tickled to death. So I was tired after I got all that done. So I'm gonna been going 10 minutes. Where are you from that's in my YouTube channel now? Yes. So welcome to my YouTube channel. One left and one come back in. So I love each every one of y'all. And my camera, GoPro camera, I can make it a video on my GoPro camera, but I can't get it downloaded to my new computer. So I don't know uh, why. So I have to make live streams. I love making live streams. It's instant, but I've got 2,500 something videos. I've been on it 8 years since 2017. I started my YouTube channel 8 years ago. I hadn't made no money, so I'm going slow. So I just I worked till I was 270. I retired at 270 when I was 77 years old. And I cried the day I had to retire. I didn't want to, but I'd gone as far as I could. And I never did mind working. Went to work as soon as I graduated from high school, and I was back in 1960. Altogether, I had 48 years in working. And I didn't draw much off of myself. But my children's father passed away 2 years ago, and I got to draw off of him, so I'm getting by now. He had a good job, so my Social Security check doubled. So but I'm paying a lot for Medicare supplement and drug card. I didn't have that, I'd owe much of my bill, bills, medical bills. My taters are cooking, so my taters will be done in just a few minutes. Then I'll let them cool off. I'll run them under cold water when they get done. Let me get me a bowl out. So, it'll be a little while before this roast gets done, but I can video making a potato salad. I've got green beans to put in. I've got Travel Life freeze dried food, and I've ordered a bunch of that with my pension from Walmart, and I've got enough for a while. Uh, and they went out a bit. They quit. They shut down. They don't sell that anymore. But I can put green beans in a pot and bring it to a boil. Put a piece of bacon in there and let it boil for a few minutes, and it's ready to go. So that's what I'm going to do before I get through. My potatoes are not burning, but they're uh, going full force over here. So I've been going 20 minutes so far. So this is I think I've got this entitled cooking, roasting slow cooker. So I've got it on high. Maybe it won't take long. They're small pieces. There was two of them to a pack. And I've got little dishes, little plastic dishes for lids. I'm gonna put several meals up in the freezer after they cool off. And that way I won't have to cook every day. I like doing that. And I had some frozen dinners I got at Walmart, and I think I've got one of them left. But I made all that candy and everything. I gained 4 or 5 pounds during Christmas. I've got to get it back off. So if you've got friends that you'd like to see my live stream, just invite them over. And this is the Retired in Prepping live stream uh, YouTube channel. And I love showing what I do. And I live in town, but I raised my children on a farm. Their daddy left us when they was little, and I moved. The farm bought me a trailer. My daddy my daddy and mama helped me raise my kids. My youngest was 5, 6, the other was 10, and one was 12. So they helped me raise my kids. I had them in church every Sunday morning, Sunday night, during revival and everything. So I raised them right. I praise God every day to let me live this long and able to get up and do things. Except when I was in the 2000 and last year. It seems like it was last year. Last spring and summer, I was in the nursing home for 2.5 weeks. I was in the hospital uh, twice, 2 or 3 days apiece. And year before last, I quilted 10 quilts and gave each one of my children, 3 children, and my 7 grandchildren, a quilt that I quilted myself. And I have got 15 quilt tops already pieced together, and I hadn't felt like quilting at all this year. But I'm getting on the mend now, and I've got over Thanksgiving and Christmas in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to set up my tables. I've already got them pieced together, the quilt top, and I've got the batting and the backing. So, and then I stitch them by hand. I quilt it by hand. But I pieced together the quilts on tops on the sewing machine. I'd be forever quilting, piecing all them pieces together. But I love to sew. I made a lot of my children's clothes. I made a lot of my clothes when they was growing up. So my mother could sew, and it looked like it come right out of the store. She was a good seamstress, and she taught me to quilt and sew and everything. I miss my mom and daddy. My mama's been gone 26 years, and my daddy's been gone 38. So I miss them so much. But they don't live forever. I feel lost without them. I think about them every day. So let me test these taters and see if they're done. Don't know hardly. But my roast is cooking. It'll be a little while when I get that done. But when I get my uh, potato salad made, I'll end this live stream. But I thank y'all so much for what you've been here. And just if you come back in, just let me know where you're from. I would love to see how far I'm getting out. I've got I've got 2,500. I think I got 25 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and I've got a lot of videos, a bunch. I've got quilting videos. I've got me and my grandson and my daughter went to uh, Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge year before last now, and I made videos going up there and what we did up there. We had a good time, and my daughter drove up there. I could drive, but since we went in my car, she drove, and I made videos. And my grandson, he's 32 years old. He was sitting in the back seat. He says, "Grandmama, this is uh, it made him happy to be able to get out and go someplace. It just made my heart good that he is enjoying it so much. This is the best thing he ever said he had done. So I made him happy. So we rented a motel up there for 2 nights. My daughter and I slept one bed, and he slept in the other. But we really had a good time. Uh, it didn't rain or anything while we was up there, and I was so thankful. So I've been on here 20, almost 27 minutes now. So, but I worked at a pencil factory, and then when I retired there at 62, the work was hard, and I couldn't live on Social Security. So the year later, I went to Walmart, and they hired me as a greeter, and I worked there for 13 years. Like I said, I fell and broke my femur bone and had to have a rod put in. I was out of work for 3 months. And I helped out another year, and I finally had to go ahead and retire. They gave me a dinner, a retirement dinner, and I sat there and cried, and I didn't want to leave. But I always lived. I've never seen a stranger, and I love to watch people and meet new friends. I made a lot of friends, and I still got them on my Facebook, and I've got a Facebook channel too. Oh, I got 4 in here now. Thank y'all so much for coming in. I just hope y'all having a good day. We're supposed to get some rain today, but it hadn't rained. I don't reckon I hadn't had the door open. I did look outside. I thought I had a package coming in today, and it didn't. But I've got 4 people in here and got 2 likes. Thank y'all so much. You're just a blessing. I tell you what, every one of you are just a blessing. I have got quilting stuff in 3 bedrooms. I can't even get in 1 bedroom. I got quilting boxes in there and material and stuff laid up on the beds. And I am growing hostas plants, and I've got them in a gallon pots in here. I've got 70 something pots with hostas plants. Uh, I'm gonna when they're growing, and then the spring I'm gonna get out there and dig holes and plant them all the way around the house. So I've got one picture of one that's I've got 3 now. Let me show you what. Let me show you one picture I've got. There is one picture. If y'all can see that, I've got one picture. Well, if y'all can see that, it's a big tall hostas plant, and it's got pink and green in it, and it gets up to about 5 feet tall. And I got 6 of those I got to plant. I'm gonna put each one up between the 4 of them in the front, beside the steps going into the house, and at each corner up there. And then I've got ordered some more that's about that size. It's red and blue, and they're going to be so pretty. I just got them planted the other day in my pot, so they hadn't started growing yet. But I have got 29 plants already growing. So now you can see that. That is the prettiest thing I've ever seen. And I love to plant flowers. I'll turn that off. Okay. I've got 5 in here now and 2 likes. So the hostas plants that I've got is different colors. Uh, some of them are different colors. Some of them are pink, rainbow color, just different colors. And I'm going to spread them out all the way around the house. Going to plant some on my tree in the front yard, and I got two trees in the backyard. I'm going to plant some around the bottom of that, and put some around the patio in the back. I can't hardly wait till spring to get them done. So let me check my potatoes again. They're about done. Let me get the drain these. All right, I gotta get me some butter. No, I don't need no butter for that. Okay. I'm going to pour cold water, burn cold water over these. So, then I'll show you. Oh, my, my roast looks like it's starting to cook some. I've got my laptop sitting on top of a box here. Uh, I hadn't figured, I haven't figured out how to make a live stream on my cell phone. I read the instructions, but I have to be showed. I'm pretty smart, but I use my cell phone for a lot. But uh, I can take videos and put them on, or on Facebook, but I can't download it to my editing program, and it won't load it my YouTube channel. So I don't know what's wrong. I didn't have no trouble before, but I had my other laptop went out on me, and I had to buy another one last year. Uh, my grandson, my son-in-law came over, and my daughter came over, and he got everything off the old when I got everything back to the new one. I was fighting, didn't know what I was doing. I know how to get in there. Oh, hey, how y'all doing? I have got, let me, hey, everybody, thank you so much for commenting on my Happy New Year. Thank you so much. And I ain't got my license on. I can't tell who you are. I was looking to see if my daughter was on there. But thank you so much for the nice compliments. And I love each one of you. I've got 2 likes. And let me turn the water on now. All righty. So, let me see if they've cooled off. They have. Alrighty. That's spam. All right. I'm going to put my salt and pepper in there. And my pepper. Oh, it's over here with the microwave. Just a second. Okay. I'm going to put my onions in. That's going to be a lot of onions. Then I'm going to put pickle relish, sweet relish. Okay. Let me see. I'll be right with you. Put mayonnaise, pickle relish, and onions in it. I love potato salad. It don't take long to get your potatoes done. I'm going to need a bigger bowl. I've got it. Yeah, but that old onions in there had a bowl full. Alrighty. Let that go. I'm going to take a taste of this now. See if it tastes all right. Tastes great. I put the more pickle relish in there. Give it a twang. There's got two left in there. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. I'll be right back. All right, let me get my mayonnaise and put it back in the refrigerator. Alrighty. I'm going to go in here and sit down and chat with y'all some more. Like my roast is still cooking. My Christmas tree is still up. Let me see. Get the lights on. My Christmas. Wait a minute. Oh, I think I've lost y'all. No, I hadn't. No, let's see. There I am. All right. I had lost you. So I wanted to show you my Christmas tree. We didn't get this up till 2 days before Christmas. I felt so bad. I didn't even feel like getting it out of the garage. My grandson came over and got it, put it up, and decorated it and everything. He's 32 years old. He don't work. He's got a bad heart. He's got a defibrillator. He was 16 years old when his heart went out of him. But I've been on here 40-something minutes. Thank y'all so much for chatting. So I've got 4 people in here. But he got it. His daddy brought him up here, and then he come got him that night. If it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have had a Christmas tree up. Like I said, I'll be 85 years old in March. That's just 2 months away. I'm blessed with good health. I've got arthritis in my legs and feet and ankles, and sometimes I can't walk. Like I said, this last spring and summer, I was in the nursing home, and the hospital 2 different times. Once before the hospital, and once after. And they got me back on my feet. But every month or 2, I'll get where I can't even walk. My ankles and legs hurt so bad here about 3 weeks ago. I was stuck in the house. I was a prisoner in my own house, and I couldn't walk. I couldn't get down the steps or nothing. But I had everything I needed. And if I order anything, they put it on the front steps for me. And I can step out on the front porch and get something, but it's just one little step out to the front porch. But I have been blessed. I have been a Christian since I was 13 years old. So that is over 70 years ago. I was they was having a revival down at my grandmother's church, and I went to the revival with her. And my mother had surgery, and they had a revival, and I felt the call of God, and I was saved at my grandmother's knee. And my daddy was an electrician, and he worked all over the United States. And the Union Hall out of Chattanooga sent him to New York City. Well, we went up there, drove up there, and rented apartments on Rockaway Beach, just across the river from New York City. And he found out he's going to be up there several years. So we come back home and got the trailer and parked it in Bayonne, New Jersey. That's just across the river from New York City. We found a Baptist church, and I was baptized there. And then my brother and I were getting. They had a 2 bedroom. We had bunk beds for me and my brother. My daddy bought a 50-foot trailer, and it was so big. It wasn't. It wasn't. It's too big for Bayonne little trailer park. So my daddy told him, said, "You get a place where I can park that trailer." Says, "I'll buy it from you." They found a place in Moonachie, New Jersey, which is not too far. And I went. We spent 4 years up there. I was 18 years old when we moved back to Tennessee. My daddy got on it. Air Force Base down here. He was an electrician, and he got tired of the place he's at, and he went back on the road. And I was already married and had 2 children, or 2 little ones, and fixing to have another one. And we moved in their house. He had a house built between here and the next town, and he went back to New Jersey to work, and then he went back. He went to Florida, and then after that, he got 63 years old, and he retired. But I tell you what, when they went back on the road, I sat out there I sat out in the backyard and cried when they left. They left me behind, and I couldn't go. I was married and had family of my own, but I felt like they had abandoned me. So, but my son was born while they was up there in New Jersey. He went back to New Jersey and went to work, and then he went to Florida. And then before he retired, he bought a farm, 126-acre farm. And me and my husband and children moved out there on the farm and lived in the house till he retired, and took care of it. But when my daddy retired, he got cattle, pigs, and but he had 126 acres. He had a pond built in the back field, and he had a garden. He had cows. And he milked. My children helped milk. My children worked hard. He, like I said, their father left when they was little, and my mom and daddy helped me raise those kids. And I bought a trailer and moved it out there. But I've had an interesting life. But I never did. I've never been a lazy person. Right now, I've got flowers. I've got flower pots all over the living room, dining room, and in the bedroom where I planted hostas. And I bought me some strawberry plants, and they didn't do flip. They never did. They died on me. I don't know what happened. I was going to plant them in the front of the house next to the front door. Maybe I've got big pots to plant them in, and they died. So, but I didn't give much for them, so not much lost. But I could buy strawberries. So, Beverly White, so glad to see you. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I was reading what y'all were saying, but I have been blessed. But my health is good. But I'm a diabetic, but my medicine keeps it where it's supposed to. I can eat candy when I want to, but I had I had blood work done here a few weeks ago, and it was just absolutely perfect. My sugar was perfect. My blood pressure was good, and so I have been blessed with beyond means. So I hadn't talked to my kids on things. They usually call me on New Year's, but they didn't call, and I didn't bother them. I figured they was busy out partying or something. But my oldest daughter lives up at Elyria, Ohio, with her husband, and she's got one son that lives in Indiana, another one lives in Pennsylvania. And about 5 or 6 years ago, I went to Pennsylvania. That she was living with my her and her husband got a divorce. Well, her husband passed away, and she moved up there with him. Sold everything, moved up there with him, and I went up there, and we went to Niagara Falls. I was up there for 2 weeks. I really didn't want to come back home. I drove up there by myself and come back. And then when her husband got married in Ohio, me and my other daughter, youngest daughter, went up there and was there. They got married at the park. It was so pretty, and the weather was absolutely perfect. It was just absolutely gorgeous up there. So, but they live in a 1 bedroom apartment, and they ain't got room for anybody. If I had to, me and my daughter had to get a room in a motel, and like I said, I was living on Social Security, and I could, if I went up there by myself, I could sleep on the couch. But he works. Her husband works at night, and she does. Uh, she works on the computer, on something about medical stuff, and she does that. She likes that. She has to talk about different things and sign people up. So she's a smart cookie. Both my girls are smart. My son has been working where he's at now for ever since he got out of school, and he's born in '66, so he's 59 years old. So he's got some good time in where he worked. So he makes good money, and he's got a daughter and a son. Like her son, his son is got a bad heart, and his daughter lives with a grandmother. She never did marry, so I tell you what, I had when my grandson, we like to lost him when he was 16 years old, and his heart got out of rhythm. They had to call the ambulance at school to bring him, and they had to shock his heart back in rhythm before they got him to the hospital. And my son called and said he came by and got me. We went over there, and I sat over there and prayed for him. Uh, they had finally put a defibrillator in him. He was in Nashville Hospital for a while, but I had my prayer warriors on Facebook. So without God, you don't know what. He answers prayers. He sure does. So I've got my potato salad made, and my roast is in the cooking in the crock pot. And Happy New Year, everybody! I hope y'all have a blessed year. Yeah, I've got. Oh, I know. I know you said you couldn't get through the day without Jesus, and I'd sit and pray. I'd say the blessing uh, uh, when we get together. I'd say a prayer. My mother, I was raised in a Christian family, and my mama told me not to ever judge nobody. And I try to live by what the Bible says. I'm not perfect. I'm just a sinner saved by grace. So I'm going to end this stream and thank each one of you for coming. I appreciate you. I love each one of y'all so very much. And I praise God every day that I'm still here and I can witness on Facebook. And I praise God every day. I feel the Holy Spirit. Sometimes I cry. So I'm going to say goodbye and hope y'all have a blessed day. And I've had more been in here today than I had in a long time. But I'm going to fix some green beans when the roast gets done. I won't have to cook them till about time to cook them. But I got the potato salad made, and it tastes good. So I'm going to get off here, and God bless each one of you, and have a blessed New Year's and a safe New Year's. Y'all have it, and I love each one of you. And thank you so much for spending time with me. You just about made my day. But God bless each one of you. And I'm going to get off from here and then exit this stream, and then I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you.